suffer from Hashimoto's thyroiditis, the autoimmune disease that attacks your thyroid gland and destroys it. So I'm new to vlogging and to blogging, and thought this would kind of be a great way to share my journey. I've been always kind of looking for videos of people who are kind of like suffering from this, and I've had a hard time finding it of just like something like normal and not super like one-sided. I found ones that are like, you should just have your thyroid removed, or ones that are like, oh, well, you should just fully drink bone broth every day and go fully organic and never take thyroid replacement. So I just felt like I could give kind of like a normal way of how I deal with things, and, doing those lifestyle changes to show you, what's working for me, what's not working for me. And hopefully this will kind of connect me with other Hashi sufferers and people who maybe also want to share their journeys with this disease, because it's kind of under the radar still. Not a ton of people know about it, and I feel like we should spread awareness about it. And hopefully one day find a cure for it. I mean, that would be amazing. But let me just kind of give you a brief synopsis to how I started and where I am now. So about 4 years ago in college, I started feeling super funky. I went to my primary care physician, and she started, doing blood work for like Lyme's disease and mono, and those both came back fine. And that was kind of the extent of that. And we kind of just chalked it up to I just had gotten out of a bad relationship, and that was that. And I was probably just tired and stressed, and maybe my adrenals were working a little bit too hard. So that was that. And so my family and I moved down to Charleston, South Carolina, and I noticed I was increasingly getting worse. Like I was starting to have like food allergies to foods that I had never like been allergic to, like eggs. Like all of a sudden I was having huge digestive issues and getting itchy and felt like my throat was tight after every time I ate them. And so I had to get referred to allergists, and like I had asthma come back again. And so we kind of just chalked that up to, me moving down to a new state. So I finally went to a primary care physician down here for a physical, and they tested my thyroid, and it came back at a 7, which isn't crazy, but it's definitely like subclinical hypothyroidism. And she was like, it's probably a lab error. Why don't you come back in like 6 months and we'll retest you? And me, trusting my physician, was like, okay, whatever, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I guess I'm gonna feel like this way forever. And that was that. And one night, probably about 6 or 7 months later, I was having this really nasty cough and pain in my chest, and I went to the urgent care. And the primary care and the urgent care are the same like company, so they can just pull up all of your records, which is pretty great. And she was like, the doctor there was like, your thyroid looks kind of funky, I'm gonna retest it. And I was like, okay. It turned out I had pneumonia. And but anyway, she checked my thyroid. They did like a really rapid, quick one. It came back in a couple hours. And she's like, your TSH is at a 12, and we need to get you sent to an endocrinologist. So go to an endocrinologist. I got a really full blood panel of my thyroid: TSH, T3, T4, TPO, all of it except the reverse T3. And it all came back funky. My TSH came back at a 55. And everything else, my antibodies were crazy. Everything was bad. My thyroid was really swollen. And she was like, okay, we need to start you on thyroid replacement as soon as possible. And then she told me, try not to get pregnant. My husband and I weren't trying, so we were like, oh, that's not an issue. We're not trying to get pregnant. And she also warned me, infertility happens a lot with this, so, try not to get your hopes up. Well, 2 weeks later, my period was late, and I took a pregnancy test, and it came back that I was pregnant. And so they pumped me with Synthroid really quick. There was no, start here. It was bam, 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 and really fast. So I never really was able to get a maintenance dose throughout my pregnancy. So right now I'm 7 months postpartum, and the postpartum period with Hashimoto's has been brutal. getting, the estrogen and the progesterone, all of those back to normal, with the hormones from pregnancy, and then adding the thyroid in there has been insane. So, 1 month I'll be hyper, the next month I'll be hypo, and it just has kind of been switching since I've been postpartum, and that's been super discouraging. So, where I'm at right now is I finally have seen this new endocrinologist who's not really Western. He's kind of a really good middle ground, which is great. He's doing my TSH, my T3, my T4, my TPO, my reverse T3, and it came back that my T3 I was lacking. And so he started me on something called Cytomel. And Cytomel I felt great on for about 2 weeks, and then I was having really drastic hyper symptoms. Like they almost put me on a beta blocker because my heart wouldn't slow down. It was just really intense. Great medicine, but just the T3 is so direct and so fast acting that I feel like it was just too much for my body to handle. And then he felt like I was possibly having a reaction to this Synthroid because I've never felt okay on it. And I've just been fluctuating so much on it. So he tried to start me on something called Tirosint, and I would have loved to try that, but it was way too expensive. Even with insurance, I could not afford it. And so now I am on Armour Thyroid, which I'm super excited about because it's the natural thyroid that, the pig thyroid, and a lot of doctors don't use it because it's old and not reliable. And, a lot of people don't like it now because it's not Forest Pharmaceuticals anymore. It's like now a bigger brand. And I've been on it for about 2 weeks. I haven't noticed anything different yet, but I also don't know if it's because Synthroid's coming out of my body and the Cytomel's coming out of my body, and those are two pretty heavy synthetic hormones. But at the same time, he started me at Armour at a very small dose to kind of see how my body reacts to it. The only thing that I can say that I felt so far is extreme fatigue. I slept like 3 hours yesterday. And was still exhausted. So I feel like I might be hypo right now, which I expected because we're at such a low dose that I think I need more. And I'm taking it all at one time of the day, which you're not supposed to, but it's better if you break it up a few times during the day because of the T3 component that's in it. So I see my endocrinologist. I'm due to get my blood work at the end of the week. 4 weeks ago, I got it tested, and it was like a 40, so it was pretty bad. So we're just praying and hoping that it'll come down, and hopefully that this Armour Thyroid will work. I'm much more of like a natural person, so I'm really hoping that this works. I've read reviews that like, oh, it doesn't and stuff like that, but I may as well give it a try, because if all else fails, I'll have to go back on Synthroid. I'm just kind of hoping that this fatigue will kind of clear up because it's been pretty brutal. What else I'm doing is I am doing gluten-free, which is what my endocrinologist said to do. And I haven't really noticed a change with that, which has been kind of sad, but that's okay. But I'm a kind of person where like if I can do any sort of lifestyle change, I will. So right now I'm focused on this lifestyle change, and if that's something that can help me, I'm gonna do it. And I've definitely been struggling with some weight gain. It was really funny because when I was pregnant, I didn't gain barely any weight. They were concerned because I couldn't gain weight. All I did was kept losing weight because of my thyroid. It went hyper, and now I've switched to hypo and I've gained like 5 pounds a month, so that's been fun. But that's kind of where I am now, and I'm probably going to do another update in like maybe a week or so and kind of let you know if the fatigue's cleared, if I have to go up a grain on the Armour, and where I'm at with that. If you have any questions, just comment below or go to my blog and kind of send me a comment or an email, and we can talk. And I'd love to talk with y'all and show you. I know I'm gonna get my vitamin D levels drawn as well, because I feel like I'm not outside a ton. I mean, it's really hot, so yeah, we're not outside a ton, and I have a 7-month-old, so I feel like those are probably low, and I need to be taking more vitamins, so definitely gonna get those checked as well. So like I said, anything that you can do naturally before you have to get on medications, I feel like is your best bet. and eating as healthy as possible. I mean, I try to get as healthy as possible, but I'm still going to be a normal person. And every once in a while, you know, if my husband brings home gluten-free cookies, I'm going to eat a cookie, and that's that. Because, you know, like, we still have to live life too. So, you know, just pray for me and keep me in your prayers. And thanks for watching this. And like I said, if you have any questions about the Armour and like what I'm feeling on it and kind of how the change has been going from synthetic hormones to natural hormone, I have no problem doing that. And kind of what I was feeling on Synthroid and Cytomel, I'll kind of dig into that more on the next vlog. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great night. Bye-bye.